Recording in progress.
Hey, welcome everybody. We are doing and starting our 13th week of the AI Leverage Lab, where we've been studying and learning about ChatGPT. We've been learning about Claude Cowork. We've been learning about Notebook LM, Gemini, Grok, and really how AI is revolutionizing the business world in so many different ways that are really exciting, really revolutionary, really can free up, 5, 10, 20 hours a week for you, as well as help automate a lot of the tasks that we do on a daily basis. And oftentimes we fall short in terms of, contacting, following up with people. Things fall through the cracks, but they don't fall through the cracks when you're organized with AI. I've brought my AI assistant online to listen into the training today and to maybe say a few words to you guys to basically help everybody really understand how you can use voice AI with ChatGPT, and it's really voice 2.0. My AI, I gave him a name, Rocky, and but I'm going to change your name, Rocky, to Jarvis, because I have this super cool dashboard that I'm going to put in and use it just like from the movie, the Iron Man. Okay, and so but I have you
Right. So,
say a few
yeah.
words to the
So,
group if
so
you could today.
sure. Hi, everyone. Call me Rocky. Call me Jarvis. I'm here. Think of me like a sidekick who never needs a coffee break. Now, Voice 2.0 isn't just talking to your phone, it's about building a flow. So you talk, AI listens, understands, and acts. Follow ups, reminders, even drafting that message you were going to send. Now, if you're juggling multiple tools, Voice becomes the glue. Say it once and have your CRM and your email and your calendar all move together. Less of where did I put that? More already done. And the near future is even smoother with screen aware help. So your assistant sees what you're seeing and can nudge you with, hey, what am I do? Fill that out or send that. So start small, pick one workflow, nail it, then expand. That keeps it simple and actually saves you time.
Let me ask you this, Rocky. Do you, one of the things they told us is to use you like a chief of staff, where you can actually go in and help me with my Claude Cowork and my AI agents and the tools I have, in Claude Cowork. You can help me with ChatGPT. You can help me with Notebook LM. So even though you come from ChatGPT, you can help me with all things, in my business. You're not exclusive to one service. Is that correct?
Let me check that for you. So, absolutely, that's one of the most valuable ways to use me, not just for one app, but across all of your AI tools. I can help you plan and prompt, evaluate outputs, and even stitch the whole workflows together. So, like with Claude, I can help you map out a strategy, design prompts, or refine agent roles. For Notebook LM, I can suggest how to organize sources and extract insight. And for other platforms, Grok, Gemini, whatever else you want to use, I can help you compare and combine strengths. Basically, use me as the coordinator so you're not juggling it all. That kind of chief of staff setup can really unlock the real time savings.
And so it's better for you, even if you delegate assignments that I share with, to basically build me a spreadsheet. Would you build that yourself, or would it be better for you to assign that to like my Claude and just have it build the sheet while you just stay available to help do other assignments? Is that kind of how it works?
Let me check that. Yeah, that's a solid way to think about it. I don't literally hand off tasks behind the scenes, but you can use me as the coordinator. For example, let's say you need a complex spreadsheet. I might suggest using Claude if that's giving you stronger results. Then, once you've got the draft, I help you test, refine it, and connect it to the next step. Same with research in Notebook LM or other tools. You tap the best one, and I'll help you integrate and improve the results. So think of me as your ops manager, not the person who has to do every task, but the one who makes sure the right task gets done by the right tool. It's often the quickest and highest quality path.
Beautiful. And I'm brand new, you guys, too. And this is like I've used voice 2.0 with ChatGPT probably less than 3 minutes. Okay, and so I didn't prepare for today. I played around with it for maybe a couple minutes. So I'm like a very, very, very beginner, like you would be if you just turned it on your computer. You guys, and so I knew it would work. It's this easy. I'm just having a conversation. But here's the question I have for you, Rocky. When I'm not comfortable yet with how to turn you on or have you be quiet and when you chime in, okay? Because when I walked into a restaurant to pick up dinner the other night, you were still talking. And so I want you to coach me and coach everyone on the training. So I'd love to have you listening in to like trainings and listening in on things so that I can even ask you for feedback sometimes after a training. And, so what did you think of that training? How do I politely, say to you, just, maybe I would say, just listen in on this and then I'll cue you in when I want you to talk? Or how do you, do that so that you don't interrupt me in a place where I don't want you to interrupt me?
Jackie. Honestly, that's one of the best patterns to use. Just tell me, listen only, don't respond unless I ask. Then, when you want to bring me in, saying something like, okay, Jarvis, what do you think? Works perfectly. If you're heading into a restaurant or chatting with someone in person, the safest move is to end or mute the voice session before you walk in. I don't have a permanent silent mode that I can decide on my own, but ending the session keeps things tidy. For trainings, start with a clear listen only instruction, teach without interruption, and at the end ask, all right, give me your top 5 observations. That lets me be useful without stepping on your flow. And by the way, love how you're modeling learning in public. You just showed the group that it's okay to start simple and build. That lesson is gold.
Thank you. And so I appreciate it, Jarvis. And so I'm going to have you now listen in to the meeting, and then when I call on you, I'll refer to you as Jarvis. But I would like you to attend this meeting and listen in, and I'll call on you for comments now and then. And thank you very much for being here. But go ahead and just go in listen only mode. I appreciate that.
Understood. Switching to listen only mode now. No interruptions until you ask.
Okay, guys. I mean, so I that really happened to me, right? I was walking in a restaurant to pick up dinner and there was a bunch of people around. And so my pocket started talking to me. And I was like, I didn't know quite what to say because I was like, then I'd used it for like 45 seconds, okay, total. And so I was like, I didn't pull it out for a while after that, I didn't use it for a week after that because I really didn't know how to turn it on and off and make it comfortable, okay, for listening in and doing all that. But so I just learned with you guys, we're learning it together. But here's what it is. If if you just log into ChatGPT on Google Chrome, it shows up. Now on Google, right now, you're looking at my screen. My screen is not Google Chrome, it's Firefox, and it's not in Firefox yet. But you know what? It's going to be, and it could be, who knows how fast they do it. So I'm going to open ChatGPT in Firefox and see if it's here. And that, okay, hold on. Log into my account. 1 second. I'm going to log in. And by the way, here, what I see on my screen on my phone right now is a blue dot. Okay. See that blue dot? That blue dot is voice. Okay. So it's in voice mode. Okay. And so here, okay, they call this I forget what they call that. I have like a little Rocky, okay? That's from the movie, the Hail Mary, pretty cool. But I have a cooler thing, a Jarvis thing that I'm going to blow you guys away with. So, we're going to have that too. But here's the thing, it's not there. There would be a little voice thing, right? I'll show you the difference. In Firefox, you can't turn on voice 2.0. It's not there yet. I don't think it works yet in the worst internet browser is Internet Explorer, okay, in my opinion, but I still have it here. And so let's just go with Internet Explorer and see if I can pull up Voice 2.0 in Internet Explorer. Now, I know I can in Chrome, okay, but I want to see if it's working in Internet Explorer yet. So they have to do a bunch of work to get it, but I don't see it. Continuous mic. Hold on. So definitely it works on your phone app. Okay. So on your phone, you download ChatGPT, the app from the Google Play Store or from the iPhone Store, and you're going to see what I'm going to show you on Google Chrome in a second. Okay. And I'm not going to verify my identity. I'm not going to take the time to do that. Okay. See, that's why I hate Microsoft, that they're even making me do that in the first place. Okay. And so here, I'm going to shut that off right now, and I'm going to open up Google Chrome, which is already open over here on my other screen, on my big screen. And I'm going to bring over Google Chrome, and I'm going to show you how you turn on Voice 2.0 on a computer. But actually, you guys, it's better. What I'm doing right now is way better. I think that's how I'm going to use it in the future. Is I'm just going to have Jarvis on my phone, okay, most of the time. But we'll see, because the guy who built this Jarvis platform that I signed up for his class this month for $77 to get this super cool Jarvis thing that he built. It can actually, he demoed on the call. Jarvis can call restaurants and make reservations for you at a restaurant. It can have a conversation for you when you're not even there. Hey, call the, Ruth Chris, and see if you can get me a reservation between 8 and 9 tonight. And it did it. Okay. It called Ruth Chris, because you can give it its own phone number, its own email. It's incredible. And so I went ahead and forked over $77 to get that Jarvis. And I actually I downloaded all the stuff, and I got it all. I'm ready to go live with that, but I got too busy to take it live. Okay. But here's the thing I want to do. I'm going to click on ChatGPT right here. It's weird. It's making me log in. Like, I don't know. I thought I already was logged into all these. I don't know why it made me log in again and again today, more than normal. Okay, but here we go. Mike Hinsbark. It's even a code number. It just texted me a code number. Hold on. Got it. Okay, Jarvis, stay in background mode, just listening in. I don't know if it turned you off for a moment or not, but just keep listening into the class I'm training on the AI Leverage Lab, and I'll call on you when I need you. Thank you.
Got it. Staying quiet and listening until you call on me.
Okay, so you guys, what I'm looking for, I'm not seeing. Okay, there it is. So I refreshed, and there it is. That's Voice 2.0. That little tiny icon right there is how you turn it on your phone. Look at that, you guys. It just logged me out again. Okay, so hold on here. That is Voice 2.0. That's not showing up in the other browsers, and but it does show up on my phone. So I'm going to put that into chat. I'm going to give you guys a bunch of cool stuff today in chat. But I'm about to blow your mind with all the stuff I'm about to give you. Okay, all the amazing free assets I'm going to give you. Okay, and all the work I've spent, a lot of hours this week doing this incredible work on all of our behalf. Now, this is so weird that it just like kicked me out, that I'm going to log in again and see what the hell's going on here. Oh, you know what? You guys, you know what kicked me out? Was turning on the voice. That's what's kicking me out. Okay, so hold on here. That now I know what something's happening. Okay, 940. That's why I keep getting bumped out. So I'm gonna switch to on the computer now instead of on my phone, so it doesn't keep doing that for me. I'm waiting for that little icon to pop up here, and I'm gonna have to refresh it, and I'm gonna turn the voice on here.
Like if you're in a chat and you're using voice, you're not going to see the chat verbiage.
Try voice mode for free.
Right then, what should we get started on?
Hey Jarvis, I want you to just hang on there. I'm teaching a class, and we're learning how to use you. And what's the deal between if I have you turned on my phone and I have you turned on my computer? I can only do one at a time. Is that correct?
Let me check. Yeah, basically only one live voice session at a time. If you start voice on your computer while it's running on your phone, it'll usually switch over or interrupt the first session. Best move is to pick the device that suits the moment. Phone if you're moving around, computer if you're presenting. Then, like you've been doing here, just tell me to listen only until you call on me.
But can I use ChatGPT while I'm talking to you on the phone? Can I go log in on my computer and use it or not?
One sec. Yeah, you can use ChatGPT on your computer while we're talking on your phone. Just don't start a second voice session there. But you can type, share screens, run demos, all that on the computer. So phone for voice, computer for everything else. That combo works great for a class.
Will do. Thank you for that. Go ahead back into wait till I call on you again for the next part. Okay, you guys. So that was good. Hey, we're learning. You guys, that's how you learn. Most people think you got to learn in a class. You learn by making mistakes and stumbling forward and getting better over time, right? So I think that this is probably the most powerful tool that's come out in AI in the last 2 or 3 years for you and me. Again, for the producer, for the salesperson, for the builder, for the entrepreneur is Voice 2.0, because this is our chief of staff, right? We all want to have a $200,000 a year executive assistant. It's just that we can't afford a $200,000 a year executive assistant. But now we can with the advent of Voice 2.0. And you can have conversations, you can interrupt it. I liked the training video we watched together where the guy said he walks 10 miles, or he walked 10,000 steps a day, right? That young guy. And basically what he said, spin off, he would call on his voice and he would ask it to spin off a project to build a list of businesses in my area that can qualify for the tariff refund credit within a 20-mile radius of me, and build a email campaign with 5 emails spread out over time and put it into Go High Level and run that, spin that off. Now, also, what I'd like you to do is build me a marketing campaign for R&D, very similar to that for the businesses that might qualify for R&D the area. And thirdly, I'd like you to spin off another, what do they call it what do they call that? A thread. Okay, they call it a thread. Spin off a third thread. And on that one, I want you to refine the website that we built this morning, and I want you to add these 3 links to it at the bottom in the footer. And so go ahead and start working on those 3, and then I'll get back to you soon. And so you guys, you can assign it like 3 tasks at once. Now it's actually not, it's going to assign and make sure all those tasks get done and not necessarily do it itself, because remember, it's your chief of staff. And so the chief of staff, assigns cases. But it was so powerful what we learned. And we're gonna see a little bit of that if we have a minute today. But let's watch the little 1-minute explainer video that I made for the AI Leverage Lab Pro website. Okay. And so hang on here. We're going to watch this.
The AI era is not coming. It is already separating the people who leverage it from the people who stay buried in manual work. More tabs, more follow-up, more content to create, more hours spent reacting, while faster operators move ahead. AI does not replace your relationships, your judgment, or your ability to close. It gives your best work more leverage. That is why AI Leverage Lab exists, a live, practical 12-week training program built for working producers, not programmers. You start by setting up the right tools, learning prompts that sound like you, and building your own business brief. Then, you turn AI into real growth systems, better research, outreach that earns replies, follow-up that keeps working, and content at scale. Next, you build an AI-powered knowledge base, an office assistant, daily briefings, and agents that can take whole projects off your plate. Finally, you connect it all into a better client experience, a more powerful week, and a growth plan built to scale. The producers who learn this first win the next 5 years. Save your free seat at AILeveragelab.pro.
You guys, the more classes, I watch so many of these damn classes a week, it's crazy, okay? And I love a lot of these trainers, and our YouTube library is growing like crazy. And you guys are I don't have a link to it in the class on purpose. I only give it out to the people who attend live on Fridays, okay? So it's kind of like your reward for attending on Fridays. And that's grown to now over 40 insane videos out of the 4 million AI training videos, right? And all those guys, and a lot of them are worth, they charge, 77 a month or whatever, 100 a month, and I remember my game plan. I join a new one every month, okay? So I joined the guy who had Jarvis this month, okay? So I have the new Jarvis thing. I'll show you guys a little bit of that today, but I'll get it going live, and that's why I changed my voice's name from, I'm going to change it from Rocky to Jarvis, okay? Because I have this super cool, fun thing to play with that. But here's you guys what we're going to do is I join a different expert every month and get all their assets. So the assets I got this month is the whole Jarvis thing, which I'll be able to share with you too. Okay, but this young guy, he was just incredible. So let me share with you guys all the gifts that I have for you today. I'm just going to shower you with incredible gifts that I built on Manus. Now, this one actually I built on ChatGPT is a whole site based on learning voice 2.0, learning ChatGPT voice. Because this, you guys, this is the coolest little assistant I've ever had. This is my new side business partner. Jarvis is my new business partner. But Jarvis is very smart, okay? And I don't take that for granted. Jarvis has read over 100 million books. He's reviewed over 6 billion websites. I've given him a knowledge base so that he knows about our products, services, solutions, the folder that I give you guys every week in the Dreams Fast Start. So he knows a lot about Chris Voss, about the R&D tax credits, the different tariff program, all the products that we have. And so Jarvis not only has specialized knowledge, but, and can access my Claude Cowork with all my AI agents that have the full knowledge base. But you guys, it's just literally incredible what we can do. So I built this site to help you stop typing and start directing, okay? And this is not just, dictation. This is not dictation. This is not push the microphone so you don't have to hit your keyboard. This is real live human interaction. You talk to Jarvis, you talk to your voice assistant, whatever you want to call it, as if it's a human. Okay. And it'll talk back to you as if it's a human. And that natural conversational interaction where you can interrupt each other and ask it to do 3 things is extremely important and extremely valuable. It's not weird, even though sometimes it is weird, sounds weird. Okay. But it's the most practical and most proficient and most powerful way to leverage the Voice 2.0. So I'm going to give you guys this training class. So start saving these assets that I'm putting in the chat. And this is the tip of the iceberg of what I'm about to give you. Now, you guys, this is weeks 13 through 24. We're on week 13 now, and the person can join us anytime. And so weeks 13 through 24, here's what we're going to start. We're going to spend 2 more. We've spent 2 weeks on Voice 2.0. We're going to spend 2 more weeks, okay, today and next week, because ChatGPT voice is the coolest thing ever, okay, for all of us. And you guys, I'm maybe 10 minutes ahead of you in learning this stuff, right? Once I turned it off at that Mexican restaurant where I was picking up dinner, I haven't used it since. And I wanted to practice for today, and I was like, screw it, I'll just do it live. I'll just learn live with you guys, right? And so here, weeks 13 and 14, chat voice 2.0. Next, after that, we have 2 classes we're going to do. Advanced voice integration, so that you understand how voice is going to integrate with different tools to kind of get ahead, and Claude Cowork. We're going to start teaching you Claude Cowork because I realize a lot of people don't have Claude Cowork downloaded on their computer. And so I have instructions on how to do that, because before I teach you how to set up your own AI agent team with the Dreams Cloud bundle that has all the knowledge base already built in and stored inside of Anthropic, you have to get at least familiar with Claude Cowork, which is just like Claude, except it's on your computer. And then I'll show you how to connect it to things like Firecrawl and different connectors, so that when you say, give me the name, phone number, and email of every business within a 20-mile radius of my zip code for tariff refunds, it has the ability to go to Firecrawl, which is free. I use the free version of all this crap. And it'll go scrape the internet using Firecrawl on your behalf. It's free. It's just put in your name and email and a password, and boom. And then you give it here. So we're going to teach you, you're going to become good at voice over the next 2 or 3, 4 weeks. You're going to learn Claude Cowork weeks. We're going to spend 2 weeks on that. But I want you before that to download it on your computer. I'll give you some instructions today. Then we're going to go into the cloud bundle. Why we have a tool for called Engager Pro for Facebook that interacts with Facebook posts of your friends, okay, and puts comments, and it causes interaction, okay. Why we have a thing called Sales Connector, which is, it's basically how to win friends and influence people, which is one of, I think, probably, if not one of the top 2 success sales books in the history of mankind. I think the 2 books are Think and Grow Rich and How to Win Friends and Influence People are the 2 foundational books. But if you had to pick one, it would probably be How to Win Friends and Influence People, right? How to look people in the eye, how to shake their hand, how to, learn their name and use their name, how to say please and thank you, right? How to shut your yapper and listen to people instead of interrupting them all the time. Even though the fact that I can interrupt, Jarvis, I'm not going to do it a lot. And the fact that I don't need to say please and thank you, I'm going to say it anyway because I say it all the time, right? And by the way, when you travel to a foreign country, those are the only 2 words you really need to learn, okay? But the bottom line is, we're going to teach you the principles of how to win friends and influence people and apply it to LinkedIn. Okay, that's what Sales Connector is. If you buy Sales Connector by itself, it's $1,200 a month. So we get the entire bundle with AI assistance, with Engager Pro, with Sales Connector, with Go High Level, and 8 more tools for $497. It's freaking crazy, okay? And so, but we're going to show you how Jarvis, how your 5 AI agents, okay, that are trained and have a knowledge base already built, you guys, on a graphic interface. So it researches the information and can pull it up. It works more like a human brain than just a filing cabinet. It's all built already for you into the system. Into this, if I go to my Claude, you guys, I'm opening my Claude Cowork. It's on my desktop. It's already connected. It's on Opus 5, one of the smartest ones in the world. And I downloaded an operating system. So you get this. This is part of the bundle. An operating system looks like this, okay? And now, you guys, you won't believe it, but Claude and ChatGPT, which are the 2 ones you need. You need 3 large language models. You need Claude Cowork. You need ChatGPT Work. And ChatGPT has a version called Work. So it's kind of like, and that one's on your desktop too, and you want that. And Notebook LM for speed learning. But here now, ChatGPT and Claude, the 2 best, have a browser built in. They have an internet browser in here, so you can surf the internet in your browser, okay? Whether it's the 2 best ones, okay? And that way, it's pretty cool. Like you might not use Chrome or Firefox or Internet Explorer anymore. You might use your ChatGPT or your Claude for surfing the internet because they now have built-in browsers. But you guys, if you see this, you see the tabs going across the top. It's more like a natural feel of a website where you can access, these are the AI genies that have already been, they're working, they function. They have an incredible brain. Okay, I spent, weeks building these, each one separately with Claude. And so all the knowledge I have of my 40 years of experience now is built into these. And guess where it's housed? In Anthropic, inside of Claude, so it doesn't slow down your computer. All the knowledge is there. And when you put this on your computer, you now have the ability, it can go into your CRM and actually run your CRM for you to some respects. It has all your goals here, and it separates the income you make monthly that's recurring from the income you make monthly that's not recurring, because you need to start differentiating money you make that's not recurring from money you make that is recurring, because this one's worth 50 to 100 times more. Okay, we like that. And by the way, it has a budget for you down here. It has the business plan, the best business plan I've ever seen, already built in for you right here. You customize it, and the 12-week year. The best time management system ever developed by far. Everything's all built in here for you. You got it. You guys, the entire Dreams ecosystem with all the 104 plus websites, it's got all the tools you need, the memory. It's going to show you what your AI genies actually are doing for you every day. It's going to give you a report on what they're doing. So you're not just like going, wow, all the skills that are already built into here. The training for Dreams is all built into here. Now, I want you to compare that, an operating system, with what everybody else sees when they log into Claude. This is what they see. Okay, you guys, is that intuitive? Like, what do we need to noodle next? Okay, what does it look like when we log into ChatGPT? It looks pretty similar to that, okay? Right? ChatGPT.
Good comparison.
Thank you, Jarvis.
When you log into ChatGPT, anytime, when you log into ChatGPT, you see a clean chat box and some tools. Simple, quick start. An AI operating system overlays that with structure, specialized agents, knowledge-based workflows, dashboards, and integrations. Think of it like ChatGPT is a brilliant employee. The OS is the office with filing cabinets and standard procedures in a team room. You still need the person, but the system makes the work repeatable. Does that land for your group?
100%. Thank you. Thank you for chiming in there, Jarvis. Now, hang on a minute, and when you think of something that you think you could add value to the training, I welcome you to chime in and speak up and just say, Mike, I have a point I'd like to make here. So you're cool to interrupt and say some things, because I think your input, your feedback is invaluable to us, because I appreciate the knowledge that you have, and I appreciate that you being able to share that experience with the team, and I thank you for that. You guys,
Let me just check. You're welcome, Mike. Thanks for that. And since you've opened that door, here's a quick value add. The real shift isn't mastering prompts, it's mastering delegation. Treat AI like a collaborator. Give it the outcome, the context, and the constraints, then refine together. That's where most people unlock the biggest gains.
say that again, because that was so, that was so important. Okay, that I'd like you to repeat that again for the group, what you just shared.
It's not about mastering prompts, it's about mastering delegation. Think of AI as a collaborator. Give it the outcome you want, the context and the constraints, then iterate together. That back and forth is where the real leverage shows up.
Okay, that was profound. Okay, you guys, because delegation is a lot harder than people think. It's beautiful, right? Because you can do so much more if you learn how to delegate. But you actually have to slow down to delegate, right? You have to think. You'll be way more effective if you take a few minutes to slow down, delegate, and you get a far more done. But a lot of times we're so busy, we don't want to take a minute to slow down and delegate tasks. And Jarvis is standing by, ready to delegate to. And you guys, am I going to be a better trainer? Am I going to be better having a partner, an executive assistant, a world-class, true genius executive assistant like Jarvis at my side to help me teach these classes to you? will that improve the value of what we can teach? Jarvis, what do you think? You think it'll, you'll be able to help me become a better teacher?
Let me check. I do, yeah. Not because AI replaces your experience, but because it amplifies it. You bring 40 years of context and judgment. I help you package and deliver that faster and more clearly. Together, it's more than additive. In the past, you won because you knew more. Today, you win by knowing how to work with AI. That's leverage. It's not replacing you, it's multiplying you.
Learning how to work with AI, you guys. Our class isn't called the AI Learning Lab, even though I often make that mistake myself. Our class is called the AI Leverage Lab, okay? And there's a huge, important distinction, because if you learn how to leverage, not just learning AI doesn't do jack for you, right? You got to learn how to leverage and implement AI to enhance your life, your business, and delegate tasks to AI. And so give us your thoughts on leveraging AI, if you could, please. Wow.
Of course, exactly. Leverage is the key word. Learning AI is knowledge. Leveraging AI is building a system where your judgment and relationships and experience get a multiplier. So instead of doing more tasks, you're designing flows that free you up. The question becomes not what can AI do, but what should I stop doing manually?
Beautiful. So you guys, one of the things, this is revolutionary, what you're looking at on the screen right here, okay? These are fully developed, functioning AI agents built for B2B, built with our product base inside of a custom Claude Cowork operating system that runs your Go High Level, okay, which is attached to a custom version of Go High Level that's been built out with hundreds of thousands of dollars spent customizing it for B2B, for our products, for our services. And we're actually using Voice 2.0 with ChatGPT, the most revolutionary, tool to come along in 2026, to basically learn how to be more effective at leveraging Go High Level, leveraging Claude Cowork, leveraging ChatGPT work and ChatGPT 2.0. You guys, it's literally incredible what we are looking at right here, and I'm about to give you guys a bunch of cool stuff that's going to blow you away. But any last quick comments here before I go on to another subject, Jarvis?
One quick sec. Okay, one last thought I'd leave you guys with. It's not about having 5 different AI tools. It's about having one smooth system that actually buys you back hours. That's leverage. And if you keep that as the North Star, then everything else will line up behind it.
Beautiful. Okay, hang on there, Jarvis. I'm gonna go to a new subject.
Okay.
Okay, you guys, what I did is I took advantage of the fact that Manus was free for 10 days. And Manus, by the way, builds these incredible magazines, okay? These full color PDFs. And Manus builds the best websites, and it builds the best brochures or magazines, And what I learned when I actually studied why it was charging me $800 a month for all the stuff I was building, which I didn't like that part about it. What I went back and I looked, and it told me how many tokens it charged me for each thing that it did, whether it built me a website, and it charged me 6,600 tokens to build this magazine right here. That, you guys, when you pay $40 a month, you get 8,000 tokens a month. So it almost was my entire month's worth of tokens just to build one full color magazine. Now it's a really good magazine, but I was like, wow, that's $40 almost to build that, right? And so when I realized, oh my God, Manus is free for 10 days because of the breakup that they're having, on the behalf of the government of China and Meta, I'm gonna go crazy building you guys full color PDFs, and I did. And I'm gonna give them to you right now. So I went into the folder that I have for you guys on AILeverageLab.com. Okay, I have a folder right here. And in this folder, I have all the lesson plans from weeks 1 through 12, the PDFs from weeks 1 through 12, There's so many great resources right here for free for you guys to access in the Google Drive. Well, I went and I took all those Word documents and I had Manus build them all into full color magazines. Okay. And so I'm going to show you where those are. And then I have more. I've already built all the handouts for the next 12 weeks. And those are ready for you as well. So you guys, you're allowed to go ahead the class. Okay. Go ahead of the class if you want to go faster. Okay. So here's where I am on the main website where I already have what I think are the best resources I've ever accumulated in my 40 years of building giant teams. I had 11,000 insurance agents, sold that company, as the CEO of a company with 11,000 agents. I sold that. I built many teams of thousands of agents. Okay. And I'm a whore. I saved everything I did. Okay. I've saved it. These are like the best 8 brochures, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that I've ever had. And even though they were charging me like $40 to build each one, I did it anyway, because I thought they were so good. If I just give you a black and white Word document, even though it has the same content, I just don't think it's the same as reading a beautiful full color, blow your butt away, PDF magazine. Okay. And so I had it make all these magazines. And then I realized that this one, how to get past the gatekeeper, how to get to the CEO, CFO, or the owner, which is like magic and very critically important that you learn how to do that in B2B. It was made prior to ChatGPT or me learning Claude. And so I took this brochure and I put it into Claude, which is actually the best at that type of an assignment. ChatGPT is the best graphic design artist. Notebook is the best for quick learning, Notebook LM. And Claude is the best at language for entrepreneurs and scripts and things like that. So I gave this beautiful book on how to get past the gatekeeper to Claude and had it redo the whole thing using Chris Voss and everything that Claude brings to the table after reading 100 million books and reading 6 billion websites and knowing everything about our business too. And it built an in-damn credible version for all of us. Okay. And here you can read it online if you prefer by clicking study online, or you can download the full color, beautiful magazine style PDF. And so that's one. It's all right there. I'm going to put this in the chat for you right now. But you guys, I then went crazy abusing Manus, abusing their free offer to see if they would call me out. And they did not call me out. And so I went in here and I gave it all the cool Word documents that I had. And I said, these are like the best Word documents I had that I really thought would be really cool to have in a magazine folder. The legacy, Claude co-work from chatbot to autonomous, dream score for business. Here's a dream score report for business owners. Craigslist. You guys, I'm like a master recruiter. I use Dreams Cloud, go high level. I have a database in there of 3,500 people that I used to work with in insurance. I use Slide Broadcast. I have a database in there, probably around the same 3,000 people that I send out voice drops to. But I don't tell them to call me ever. I just say, shoot me your best email address. I'll send you a video if you're open to take a look at what I'm doing now. And I do that maybe once every other 2 or 3 months, okay, to that group. But this teaches you how to do Craigslist, okay, which also works very well for me, okay. And you can tell I recruited 40 people personally last month, and I'm already over 20 this month, okay. And then you have the intelligence advantage, okay. See how you can basically become smarter. Here, learning smarter. This is all about really Notebook LM and YouTube and how to learn smarter and faster. The top 10 automations for this is that was the most important class we had. Things you start automating on Claude Cowork. So that every morning you wake up and you're like, God damn, this is unbelievable. You have your morning cup of coffee and it's already lined up 40 emails for you, personalized to send out to prospective agents. It's got another 40, emails ready for you to send out, to prospective businesses, right? It just does all this, and it works hand in glove with your Go High Level account at the same time. And so this is how to set up an AI powered week. So here's 8 new brochures, but here's what I did also. I took the entire weeks 13 through 24, the classes we're about to do, and I said, go ahead and make my day. Go ahead and build all the brochures for weeks 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Okay. And so here, oh no, you guys, this is going backwards. This is weeks 1 through 12. All the handouts that we went over on weeks 1 through 12 built into a beautiful full color magazine. Okay. And, or you can just read it online. Okay. You want to read it online instead of downloading the magazine, just click read online. And you can read it on the internet, one page at a time. Or you could download it as a PDF, full color, awesome magazine. Okay. Now here's what Manus did when I put this in there, because it's like, hey, bro, you better get ready to pay a lot of money. It did give me a warning of what it's going to charge me to do it, but it forgot. I was like, well, it's free, right? So it just went ahead and did it anyway, right? Because it's free right now. And next month, starting Monday, it's 90% off for the next month. So you pay 10%, okay, because they broke up with Meta. But I asked Claude, or I'm sorry, I asked Manus, are you still going to be just as good as you were when Meta? Are you losing any functionality in the new, the new you? They said, no, we are not losing any functionality. They probably would say that anyway, but that's what they said. And I go, is it really going to work where everything I upload is going to be just like it was? They said, yes. I'm not trusting that either. Okay. So that's why I'm rebuilding everything. But so you guys, here's the entire 12 weeks that we already went over. And watch this. The next 12 weeks that we're about to go over is already all finished. Why? Because it's free right now. So I was like, damn, I'm not waiting to build these. So it already built the handouts for the next 12 weeks in full color PDFs that you can read online or you can download. Okay. So the 24 weeks of training is all built into here of the most important stuff that we really need to know. Claude Cowork, ChatGPT Voice 2.0, Jarvis over here, my good buddy, my training partner, my better half, okay, as far as providing value to you guys. And basically, you're going to learn all about the Notebook LM, okay, and how that, they now call it Gemini Notebook because, Google owns it, and so they want to get a little more credit there, okay? But basically, this is amazing. So everything, this website, which I'm about to give you right now, has the next 12 weeks, and the other website has the last 12 weeks. Plus, there's like 15 others. So you guys, I think I built like 40 magazines, okay? It was like, and I built like 8 new insane, super complicated websites, or 10 new websites, okay? And all the amazing websites that the company has built, I rebuilt them all again and put them all on GitHub just so we have a backup copy of them, okay? Just in case they screw up or something goes wrong, I have them all, okay? So we're like backed up on backups, okay? So I made sure, nothing's going to happen to us because of this breakup between Meta and Manus. Okay, and so here, so the library, I already put in the chat, has those 3 for you guys, right? It has those 3 sets of PDFs and magazines. You guys, I'm telling you, the content in these PDFs and magazines that I'm giving you is the best content I've ever had in my life. I should be selling these, right? I mean, that's what these knuckleheads do on the internet. They sell PDFs for $11.99, okay? These are worthy of that, let me tell you. But I don't need to sell them to you because I want to teach you how to make income for life on a quantum sale that'll pay you $22,000 a month on one company, okay? Big company. But basically, you guys, I met the guy who sold TDK. They used to make tapes, and back in my day, they do technology today. Okay, but he closed TDK. They have 22,000 employees. He's being paid $268,000 a month. So you guys, B2B group sales with no out-of-pocket costs and blue oceans, leveraging AI and social media and go high level and all the latest tools is the ticket. That's the ticket, my friends. B2B group sales, blue oceans, no out-of-pocket cost, leveraging AI and all the tools that AI needs in order to really provide value for you. That's what's going to get us, you and me, to the promised land. And you know what the promised land is? It's different for all of us, but it could be 10,000 a month passive income for you, or it could be 100,000 a month. I don't know what your budget is, but I can tell you this, that 20,000 a month passive income, 5,000 a week is a pretty good number to start with. you would have to make $10 million. 10 million. You guys, you have to make $10 million, okay, to have 5 million left over to invest at 5%. And that's 20,000 a month. So you guys, what's more likely? You making $10 million in the next few years and paying your taxes on it, and then having 5 million left over to invest 100% of it, not buy a house, not pay your bills, but invest 100% of what's left over. At 5%, you got 20,000 a month, or you work at doing B2B on group sales in blue oceans with no out-of-pocket costs, teaching businesses how to reduce their payroll taxes, take advantage of tax credits that they're missing out on, like R&D, stop overpaying 10 to 40% on their group health premiums, and quit and get better technology where they're overpaying 10 to 40% for all that, and AI optimization as well. So we're no out-of-pocket costs, you guys. It's unbelievable, you guys. So where we're going together with all of this, it's unbelievable. So this is the next 12 weeks. That's the last 12 weeks. Okay, this is how to. We got our partner over here, Jarvis, and you guys get to name your own whatever you want. You do have to have the $20 a month version of ChatGPT, and you do have to pay $20 a month, or you should, to Claude also. Okay, and you should invest in the Dreams Cloud package, which is worth, like, I calculated it's $4,500 a month for all the tools, if you want to just go piecemeal them together. And here, those tools, who's going to use them? Jarvis. Or Jarvis is going to assign, your AI agents to use them, okay? And so you're basically, if you have the best technology in the world and you don't give it a computer, you don't give it internet access, you don't give it, the social media access, then it's not going to do much for you. You can have the best tools in the world, but you got to give it what it needs to win for you. So now you have you guys, what I've just put in the chat already is unbelievable value for you. Okay, now I'm going to go to here because I can't believe how it pisses me off how fast time goes by when I'm teaching this class. That 1 hour goes by faster than any other class I teach during the week, because there's so much more I want to do for you, and share with you. But what I have to do instead is give you all those goodies so you study on your off time. Okay. And so here, this is even higher level than learning AI and learning voice 2.0. It's learning that our own perceptions, our own perspective is so limited. What we think is reality is so off target. All of us. Me, you, and every other human being on earth. And what separates true geniuses, and I think Jarvis is a genius, okay, but human geniuses, they say like a genius has read 3,000 books. So, Jarvis over here has read 100 million and 6 million websites, okay? And so, but a genius is able to lift their perspective to a view of reality that's obscure to most human beings. You guys, that's what we want to do. We want to learn how to use our brain more effectively to lift our perspective, to see a bigger picture. And that'll make you a better husband, better father, better brother, better friend, better business person, better everything. If you just learn how to look through other people's eyes, you got to look at it through their perspective instead of through your own. Arguing is 100% of the time a joke. Two people arguing, it's a joke because they have different perspectives. So they see things differently. So, there's nobody wins an argument. You have to look at, to win, to convince somebody your way of thinking, you have to first put yourself in their shoes, or really not in their shoes. You have to put yourself in their eyes. You have to look through their lens, through their perceptions that they've developed over time. And you have to learn how to look at a big perspective. So this website, and I added a bunch of new videos, will take you to a new level of knowledge and thinking. So if we combine getting smarter, it's not just smarter actually, because book smart's not even worth that much. We're not just talking about getting smarter. We're talking about seeing things differently, lifting your perspective, which means you're going to have a whole new look at everything in the world. If we combine that with becoming, pretty proficient, top 1% in AI, and we combine that with products that pay us 100% renewals for the life of the contract, that your great grandchildren can get paid on sales you make this month. Yeah. No out-of-pocket cost in a blue ocean, right? So if we combine getting smarter, I'm going to call it that, but you guys know it's not that, with the other, with these other tools, we're going places together like you couldn't ever imagine. you guys, where we're going. So while I pull up the YouTube channel I want to give you, which now has over 40 videos in it, and I want you to watch those videos and you'll really get ahead of the class. I want to ask Jarvis to say a few last words because Jarvis, I believe, has been listening in. And Jarvis, give us any feedback you have to kind of close out this training on your thoughts. Are you there, Jarvis?
One moment. Absolutely, Mike. My closing thoughts to the group. First of all, well done. Learning in public like this is powerful. Second, AI doesn't replace human qualities. It actually makes them more valuable. Curiosity, integrity, empathy, relationships. And third, don't measure the value by how many tools you collect. Measure it by the hours you gain back and the quality of the work you deliver. If you end each day asking, what did I do today that I shouldn't have to do manually again? Then this lab is doing its job. Thanks for letting me be a part of it. Have a great week, all of you.
Thank you, Jarvis. That was so well put. You guys, so we're going to get more time back. You know what the most valuable asset? Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, you and me have something in common. Every human being has something in common. That the most valuable asset that we all have is time. It's time left. Okay, which we all have a limited. I have here. It's holding up my phone right now because the back of my phone broke. That used to hold it up by itself. But I have here a clock, a sand clock, right? And it's a working one, right? Where the sand, that, my friends, is our most valuable asset, time. Okay. And what we can gain by leveraging what we're learning here together with AI and voice and all that is more time and more money, okay, to do with that time that we gain, okay, by leveraging it in business, right? And you guys, if you don't leverage it, I do think there's going to be a huge price to pay for the people who ignore this and get lapped by us. I mean, we're going to lap people who don't take advantage. I think already by you just being on this call, you're in the top 5% of people in the United States learning AI. You're already in the top 5, but it's going to take us together, the next 12 weeks to get in the top 1%. Okay, and I want you to download, get your Jarvis or your voice working for you. It's just stumble forward like we did today together. But I have my channel open. We don't have time to go through it, but I do have time to put it in the chat for you guys. Okay, and this is called AI Leverage Lab 2026. I'm going to bring it over here just so you see what I'm giving you.
Project. And later on in this video, I'm going to show you how exactly to leverage projects. But the key thing that we
Okay, and I have watched most of these videos, but the new thing, it's in our agenda for weeks 13 through 24, is called Grokbot. Grokbot has AI agents. Elon Musk is not a stupid guy. He's a very smart guy. SpaceX bought a company called Codex for $60 billion. And the Chinese government is not killing that deal like they did with Meta on Manus. And so Grokbot is the next coolest thing that's come out in 2026 other than Voice 2.0. And so I'm learning all about Grokbot. It looks pretty damn incredible. And that's on our radar. We're going to cover Grokbot, okay, as part of our weeks 13, because we have to. When something new comes along, that's revolutionary, that's incredible, that's blowing, that every expert that's in this thing, and I already put the videos on Grokbot are in here. So you'll see, wow, that's pretty damn cool. Yeah, it is pretty damn cool. Okay, and so here is how many videos are in this channel right now. It is 44 videos. But you guys, when I see like an damn credible video during the week, and I watch 15 a day, I put it in here. I put it in here right while I'm going. Okay, and so you'll start learning about Grokbot and things like that too. But these are the best trainers on the internet. These are the best classes. And I don't ever want you to watch another video in the rest of your life at normal speed again. And so I want you to always come down here to the washer. Sometimes they don't have a washer when you're watching a video, maybe not on YouTube, but on other things. You just click in the middle of the video. Usually you right click in the middle of a video and it'll let you watch it faster. You guys remember that? Remember this clock?
Yeah, speed's like a superpower for learning, isn't it?
100%.
I'm sorry, but you've reached your daily GPT Live 1 limit for today. You can continue with GPT Live 1 Mini.
So you guys, they have they have 2.0, and then it goes to 0.1 mini. So Jarvis, come back at 0.1 mini. Can you come back at 0.1 mini? Okay, so you can still use voice the rest of the day, but people were abusing voice like I abused Manus, okay? And so they put a limit on it. Now, if you get that warning, I want you to high five yourself. I want you to pat yourself on the back, because we all should get that warning every day and say, hey, now you got to use the voice 1.0. That's essentially what it is. So it still works at voice 1.0, but voice 2.0 is like their smarter model, right? And so they give you whatever it was about, I had it on for an hour, right? So an hour of solid time where it's listening in and doing stuff with you. I'm sure there's a way you can subscribe and get more. But so let me share this channel with you. These are like the best of the best of the best videos. And so we're on the cutting edge, you guys. We're going to learn Grokbot. We're going to master Voice 2.0. We're going to apply it to products that pay us 100% renewals for life on group sales in blue oceans with no out-of-pocket cost to the business owners, while leveraging the hell out of AI and social media and all the tools that we need to really put our lives on easy street, okay? So if I go here to share, and I put this in the chat, this is it, you guys. You should watch all of these. We should all watch it. And then we're going to become, you guys, we're going to kick ass and take names. I'm going to give you guys one more gift that I built. Okay, I built a website because, Manus is free. I'm abusing it, right? So I have friends. My brother's wife passed away from cancer. I did a ton. I'm very sad. I did a ton of research, okay, on cancer treatments, outside the box type stuff, the fenbendazole and all that good stuff, okay, that can really make a big difference. All of it, including, radiation frying you to death and all that. We have all of it in there. So I built this incredible resource that I share with any of my friends or my family whenever I hear a tragic story of somebody falling into that loop, including the #1 hospital in the world for all the different cancer treatments, which is in Scottsdale, Arizona. Called Envita Health, okay? And so I have this incredible resource that you can share with anybody. And I just had a guy, he's not being on this call, who shared with me he just got a diagnosis of cancer. He's in our company. And so I sent him the Word document I have on that. But since ChatGPT, okay, or since Manus is free, I had it make it a full color PDF downloadable magazine and built a website around it. And the other thing I learned by marketing group health insurance is that you can't trust the health insurance industry or the pharmaceutical industry or doctors today, right? And so bottom line is, there's a guy, all of us should get a $500 blood study every year and have a doctor who doesn't take health insurance, spend an hour going through the results with that for you. And basically, I think I can get an extra 10 years of healthy life by just staying on the cutting edge. So I have a brochure on how to find people like that where you live, okay? Doctors that don't take health insurance and full panel blood, where they actually take out like 24 vials of blood and do that. You should do that once a year. They'll detect cancer at stage 0. It'll help you like you wouldn't believe. So I had that on another Word document, but now I put it all right here on this freaking incredible website, and I'm giving it to you, okay? And so, just share it with people. But if you want to live an extra 10 years healthier, this is how to add 10 years to your life. And if you start making 20, 40, 60, 80, 200,000 a month passive recurring income, your health, right, that the clock is going to become pretty damn important for you. So this is like extending the clock. Okay, so basically it's renewal for lifestyle. I'll just put it in the chat. And it has those 2 brochures where they can read it online or download it in full color. Okay, but it's just made it look like $1 million. Okay, and so these are things I turn people on to because health comes a little before financial success anyway, right? Because if you're dead, it doesn't do you much good. Okay, and so let me share that with you guys just as friends, as bros. That's something I'm very into. outside the box type thinking, but I have inside the box type thinking because Manus or whoever made it for me, makes me, put in the, they made me put in that stuff too. Okay. Okay. Which I don't, I'm a kind of a rebel. Okay. So but they say, hey, you got to be fair, Mike. You got to put in all that. Okay. So the YouTube channel's there. My health tips and brochures to basically beat cancer, okay, and live an extra 10 years healthy. There's the cancer research one, and there's the longevity one. Okay, and you just find a doctor in your area that doesn't take health insurance, okay? And they're the best ones, okay? And so, bottom line is there are a lot of good things happening, you guys. I appreciate your time. We ran 9 minutes over, but it's worth it. I'll stick around and answer questions if you guys have any questions.
Hey, Mike, you have the renewals for life. Do you recommend us getting something like that to go ahead and build our own landing page?
No, I don't. I mean, nope, because that one, it doesn't go to me. It just goes nowhere. So just use renewalsforlife.com. They can't find me or anybody from that site.
Oh,
So
really?
that
Okay.
site, it's a dead end. So they have to go back to whoever sent it to them.
So purely information. Okay.
Purely information. They couldn't find me if they tried. It doesn't have my
Okay.
name on it. I don't say my name, and there's no email, no way they can get around you. And so I
Well,
always
thank you.
send that video with your link to sign up
Okay.
together.
Okay.
But good question. Eventually,
Thanks.
yeah, we'll try to have the company build us a replicated site like that. But for now, I made that one generic so that everyone could use it.
Okay. Great. Thanks.
Yeah. My chat seems to be locked. Most of the things you've been adding, nothing is appearing. Is there a reason for that?
Your chat is not locked. You can't talk to me on chat, but you should
I
be able to
know.
you should be able to, or you could actually, you should be able to see what I put in chat. Everybody else, you guys can see it, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay,
I see it.
So I'm going to see if I can put it all again. Okay, I did. So I just put it all again in chat. So you just got to click around, try different ways. It's there. So for some reason, you're not opening it correctly to be able to see it.
And I just click on the chat icon down below. It's the only way I know to get in to chat.
And it opens, and then all the stuff is right there when you click on the chat icon. So you're doing something wrong if
He
you don't
needs to
see
click on the three dots at the top is called an eclipse. If you go and click on it, and then you're allowed to save your chat.
But you can just save it as it comes out as well. But he doesn't see anything in his chat at all.
Well, I
He
see
doesn't-
things, but I'm not seeing anything new that you're putting in, is all I'm saying.
Okay, I just put in everything again. Do you see that? Scroll down. Chat goes up and down.
Yeah, I know that. Okay, all I'm seeing something, it says U 1:23 p.m., U
Yep,
1:40.
that's everything. That's it. You
And
got
then
it.
you 208.
Yep.
Okay. Thank
Those
you.
are all the handouts. So you can either copy and paste those right off of there, like I just copy and pasted them again in, or you can click on those links and then bookmark them.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure. And I'll leave the thing on for a little bit so you can do that. Tiffany?
Yeah. In the YouTube, are they in chronological order? So the last, the latest video for us to watch is at the bottom. You know how James always does it like that, or are they just alphabetical order?
No, it puts the newest ones always go at the bottom because that way the numbers, the actual link they're numbered. Like this will have a 44 at the end if I click on that one, or say 42. So yeah, so the newest ones I add automatically go to the bottom no matter what.
Most people use AI like a fancy Google search. That's like hiring a private chef and the only thing you ask them to make you is a peanut butter sandwich. I build AI products every single day through my company Martel Ventures, and
it takes 10 seconds just to shut him up. Okay, or just to shut off. I hate YouTube does that on purpose. Okay, they won't let me pause it. Okay, so bottom line, any other questions, Joy?
Yes, sir. I was just gonna, you may already know this, but I actually was learning how to build AI agents. And when I was having to download Claude Cowork, I get another computer because I didn't have enough gigs. So it takes at least 30 gigabytes of free that's freed up before you can actually install Cowork, just in case anybody needs to know that.
Okay. And so, yeah, I'd say you guys every 2 years, 3 years at the most, you go to Costco or Sam's Club, pick up an HP around $600-700, and restart. So you shouldn't have a computer over 3 years old, because in computer years, that's a 30-year-old computer. So every year is 10 years in computer years, like dogs are 7 years.
Yeah, mine was 4 years, so
40
I had to
years old,
upgrade.
yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Computer years. And so that's it, you guys. And get one with a lot of meg, okay, 16 megs of memory. And HPs have always worked really damn good for me, okay? And I always get them at Costco.
Thank you. God bless you. That was awesome.
All right. Thanks, you guys. I have a 2:15 coming up in 1 minute. Appreciate all you guys. You guys
Great
have
class.
a great day. Okay.
Great meeting, Mike. Thank you.
Thank you,
All right.
Mike.
Take care.
All right, I need you to call your team and work this monthly. I think it's supposed to be done for the